case you haven't seen my video on Agile or Scrum, I will leave the link below. Watching it would help you better appreciate this video. A question that change agents often mull over is, should we go the Scrum way or should we go the safe way? What is the best solution for the organization and how different is safe from Scrum? Bottom line, both offshoots from Agile principles. Both talk about releasing in short iterations. The fundamental difference in SAFe is what the name itself claims to be, Scaled Agile Framework. Scrum focuses on a smaller project unit and provides the framework on how this has to be handled. Scrum talks about the product backlog, where all requirements are listed as features. A product owner who is responsible for maintaining and prioritizing the product backlog. A Scrum Master who ensures the process of Scrum is followed. And the team which implements what has been agreed in the sprint planning meeting. The team has daily stand-up meeting to align, and they work with fixed length time-boxed iterations. At the end of each iteration, which is called as sprint, they have a sprint review where they demo what has been done in the sprint and obtain feedback, and after which they conduct a sprint retrospective where they identify improvements for the next sprint. Scrum as a framework is silent on a couple of things and expects the team to figure out, applying the Agile principles and deciding what is best for the team. Let us take an example to understand this better. Let us say you are building a product which comprises of 10 smaller projects. You start implementing Scrum in one of the projects, and in a few weeks, seeing the benefits, the other projects too one by one decide to embrace Scrum. So we now have 10 projects following Scrum. They maintain their own backlog, decide their own cadence, that is how long each of the sprints should be, what they should demo, when they should demo, etc. However, soon you realize that coordination and dependency management between the internal teams are becoming more and more complex. When one team conducts a demo, there could be another team towards the end of their sprint working on a slightly older code base. They will have to move to the latest code base but are blocked from moving because the third team has to deliver something to the main line before the second team can move to the latest code base. Basically, the teams will get into a never-ending loop of waiting and syncing up. In an ideal world, this situation can be avoided through continuous delivery and extreme programming practice and better planning. However, chances are your team may not be matured enough for either of these. So to solve this mess, you figure out a more optimized way of handling the situation, and you decide a better approach would be for all the teams to follow the same cadence. That is, all the 10 projects start and stop the sprint at the same time. This way, planning dependency becomes easier, and it also gives a view on what each of the team can implement so as to deliver a bigger meaningful feature at the product level. So you align all the teams and you start sprinting. In the initial sprints, you realize, unlike the project level demo, having a product level demo is not always feasible. It could as well be because of an external dependency landing towards the end of the sprint. So you decide after every project level 3-week sprint, the team will have a shorter 1-week hardening sprint where any integration issues among the teams are fixed and any pending validation is completed. At the end of this, you do a complete product level demo and promote the code to the production server and make a formal product release. As you saw from this example, Scrum is silent on how to handle some of these problems, especially when you're scaling. It expects the team to figure out the best solution. From this example, it is clear, with or without SAFe, you and the team would eventually figure out an effective solution. On the other hand, SAFe guides teams on how to handle these situations. SAFe works under 4 levels. The topmost level being portfolio, followed by an optional value stream level, which are for very large enterprises, followed by program level and then team level. If you draw parallels with Scrum, the team level in SAFe is similar to Scrum, where the focus is on the project. The program level in SAFe talks about how to get all the projects to plan for one program increment release in the Agile release train, how to conduct product level demos, what roles are required for coordination and leadership, etc. Scrum is silent on a couple of these aspects, just as what we saw in the earlier example. The value stream level talks about how to handle solution level activities and roles wherein multiple products have to come together to provide a solution to a customer. This level is optional and is typical for very large enterprises. The topmost portfolio level talks about how budgeting should be done, the strategy and the governance under which the Agile release trains are executed. So why not just ditch Scrum and follow SAFe? Well, SAFe has also got a lot of critical feedback from industry leaders, including Ken Schwaber, who was one of the authors of the Agile Manifesto. The feedback mainly relates to how heavy SAFe is, and it almost represents the process-heavy RUP model during the waterfall days. So although SAFe looks like a more encompassing, detailed framework, the very strength of it is also its weakness. The implementation may end up making it rigid or too expensive for the organization. So should you follow Scrum or SAFe in your organization? If you're starting out new and in a small way, or have independent small projects, it would be best to implement Scrum. And as your organization matures on Scrum practices, you may eventually evolve practices which are similar to SAFe. If you have a large organization and want to go all out from your strategic planning to the bottom level engineer, you may be better off starting with SAFe. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. Understand the benefits and pitfalls of both the frameworks and choose wisely. As the saying goes, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. If you found this video informative, do like it and share it. And do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.